You cannot serve God and money. Money does not bring happiness. Categorically, money does not bring happiness. You cannot serve two masters. We're not serving a master at all. We're immersed in happiness. One. Just one thing, happiness. To us, translates to God. Put away anxious thoughts about food and drink to keep you alive and clothes to cover your body. Surely, this is one of the most beautiful things. Life is more than food, and the body more than clothes.
Look at the birds of the air.
This is great.
They do not sow and reap and store in barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them, and we feed them every day, all day long.
Feed them every day, all day long. And the cows too. Bulls, they're actually bulls.
Is there a person of you who, by anxious thought, can add a foot to his height? And why be anxious about clothes? Consider how the lilies grow in the fields. They do not work, they do not spin, and yet, I tell you, even Solomon, in all his splendor, was not attired like one of these.
Applause, 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 applause. Applause for Jesus the Christ.
But if that is how God clothes the grass in the fields, which is there today, and gone tomorrow, will he not all the more clothe you?
I don't know. I think the grass in the field may be more important than people.
What are we to drink? What shall we wear? All these are things for the heathen to run after, not for you. Because your heavenly Father knows that you need them all. Set your mind on God's kingdom.
That's another thing. I wouldn't ask God for anything anyhow, because not only does God give everything, but God knows what everyone needs.
Before everything else. Yeah, that's the ticket, folks. Set your mind on God's kingdom and His justice before
Happiness.
everything else. Set your mind on our happiness and the happiness to give to others. And all the rest will come to you as well.
Here it is.
Set your mind on spreading happiness.
Set your mind on spreading happiness, and everything else you ever wanted will come your way. I say you, I mean to say us.
About
You
tomorrow.
and
Tomorrow will look after itself.
don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will look after itself. Now that's good. That ties in with our saying over and over again, where do you keep your mind? On the past? On the future? No! You keep your mind on the what? The present. We keep our mind on the present. And the past will be perfect. And the future will be perfect. This is good. That's what he's telling us. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Enough of its own. Each day is filled with happiness. Each day is filled with happiness.
That's Vespers?
We were up to Matthew chapter 7.
We're up to chapter 7 already. It's so nice to go to bed and lie down and say, the toes aren't doing any work. The ball of the foot isn't doing any work. The instep isn't doing any work. It's resting. It's resting. The heels aren't holding up 160 pounds. The ankles aren't holding up 160 pounds. The gastrocnemius, the Achilles tendon, they're resting. Isn't that joyous? The complexities of the knee are all at rest. The thighs aren't working. The hips aren't working. The backs isn't working. The shoulders aren't working. The biceps aren't working. The radius, the ulnar, not working. They're relaxing. The hands, the knuckles, the knuckles, the knuckles. 3 sets of knuckles. Yeah, they're not working. They're just resting. Isn't that nice to go to bed and remember that? You see how happiness is a matter of remembering? See how happiness is a matter of focusing? See how happiness is a matter of being aware of how great God is and how many blessings God gives you? And then the Vespers, you go over the day and you look at all the blessings that God has showered on you. Of course, you'll never get them all, but one, of course, is that you're able to get out of bed and you're able to take care of yourself and you're able to tidy up your house and you're able to do your work, telephone the TV stations, about 40 a day, and other telephone calls, all connected with Chat with Glendora and the network. Chat with Glendora Public Access TV network on 63 stations. You can tell these public access administrators once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, and they still don't do it. And your aims, going over your aims, and every day I work on a physics problem, the New York Regents physics examination. It only took from Thanksgiving to New Year's to do one Regents examination. The second one has started. But that shows me how quantitatively God works. For instance, the strength of an electric field is equal to the electric force divided by the charge. The newtons divided by the coulombs. The work is a joule. J-O-U-L-E. You're a jewel. J-E-W-E-L. And then your aims, the things that God has created you to do, your reason for being, your raison d'etre. And then the details. And then saintly eating. And pretty soon it's time for Vespers again and sleep. glory of our God and King, the triumph of his ways. Grace, the triumph of his grace. Forgive. If you do not forgive, you will not be forgiven. You remember that, Glendora? Forgive. You've got a lot to be forgiven for, Glendora. You forgive. Do not look gloomy when you fast.
They make their faces unsightly so that other people may see that they are fasting. I tell you this, they have their reward already. They have their reward already. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that people may not see that you are fasting, but only your Father who is in the secret place. And your Father who sees what is secret will give you your reward.
We get our rewards every minute that we spend doing right. And our rewards aren't something in the future. And they're not something that we had in the past. Our rewards are very minute.
It is so.
We're on Matthew chapter 7 already. This is a very big thing is in Matthew chapter 7. Well, also 6 and 5. But wait, it's coming up. I hope we make it.
For the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the
Mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight.
to sound and sight.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Of grateful praise. Let's go, Glendora. Let's go here.
A freighter carrying a load of yo-yos struck a reef.
A freighter carrying a load of yo-yos struck a reef and sank 10 times. What a place to tell jokes.
Thank you, God, for talking to us.
Thank you, God, for talking to us.
Thank you, God.
You know, Jesus Christ was somebody that God could talk to.
Most important. Thank you, God, for the beauty of the existence.
Thank you, God, for the beauty of the existence. The joy of it.
The exaltation.
The exaltation.
The elation.
The elation.
The happiness.
The happiness. I thought you were reading Matthew 7. Wander off.
Matthew 7. Be careful.
Hurry up.
Pass no judgment, and you will not be judged.
Be careful about judgment.
For as you judge others,
For as you judge others,
so you will yourself be judged.
so you yourself will be judged. Well, that's not happiness. We won't have anything to do with judging.
And whatever nature you give up to others,
Whatever measure you deal to others will be dealt back to you. We don't care about ourselves. We'll just deal the measure anyway. We don't do it for rewards.
When we're happy all the time and passing out happy to others.
When we're happy all the time
Concerned with judging.
and passing out happiness to others, we are not concerned with judging or with measuring.
Happy. Why do you look at this speck of sawdust?
Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your neighbor's eye
Was never a thought of the great plank in your
and
own.
ignore the plank of wood in your own? Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't criticize either anyway.
When all the time there is that plank in your own.
Yeah.
First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's.
Self-perfection before perfection of others.
Apply to us.
Yeah.
At 5:55 a.m. How does that apply to us?
That's the end.
Nothing.
It didn't get to that great big part. One of the biggest parts Jesus ever gave us. We didn't get to it. It's in Matthew 7. How are you doing? We can do better, can't we? I need your help. Alrighty. All day long, this is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all day long. All is at rest, I and my Savior are happy and blessed. Watching and waiting, looking above. Peacefulness, lost in His love. This is my story, this is my song. Sing my Savior all day long. This is my story, this is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. Hi there, everybody. What are we up to? Happiness. Filled with happiness. Why? Because God dispenses it so copiously, so abundantly, so opulently. And our guide right now is Jesus the Christ. We've done Buddha, we've done Brother Lawrence, and this is Jesus the Christ, and this is no more reading. Okay, you don't have to read anymore. That's enough. They've told us plenty. of what we are to do. And now we're up to chapter 8, Matthew. The book of Matthew, the New Testament, and the New English Bible translation. These are my notes. Yeah, that's like the plank, you know, you have a speck of dust in your eye, but you have a plank in your eye and you go after a speck of dust in your neighbor's eye. This is like saying to somebody, be happy, if we're not happy. So self-improvement before improvement of others. Make sure that we're happy. Well, we are, aren't we? Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. We are not seeking. We have everything. Because God has given us all we need. We don't ask God for another thing. Not another thing. We will seek. But we will seek all the good things. Remember to stay in the moment, live in the moment. No past, no future, live in the moment. Think of the blessings in this moment that you and I can't possibly count. Like the sands of the sea, like the stars of the sky. What? I can't hear you, Notes. God just showers us with so much happiness. It's just overflowing. We've got quarts and barrels left over. We have 173,000 count blessings, rejoices ahead. You want some of them? One of the things we do is to count 15 blessings every hour and rejoice about something every quarter of an hour. Well, we've done that for years. And now we're way ahead. 173,000 count blessings, rejoices ahead. Store up your treasure in heaven. That's worth a lot. That's worth a pot. God gives us what is good for us. King and all His grace, the triumph of His grace. God takes care of us. Hallelujah. Off on some meditation. Brother Lawrence said, there's nothing we have to ask God for, because God takes such good care of us. God gives us good things. Now we come to the famous Matthew 7, verse 12. 11? Always treat others as you would like them to treat you. Always treat others as you would like them to treat you. Always treat others as you would like them to treat you. Always treat others as you would like them to treat you. The King James Version is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The Buddha version is karma. Karma. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Abby. Abby. Always treat others as you would like them to treat you. Abby meets me in the bank. She's been a star on Broadway. She's been a star in a long-playing soap opera, ABC, there on 87th Street in New York. And she wants me to do a television portrait of her. I don't want to do it. But it seemed to be something that would make her very happy. This was in November. She meets me at the bank. In December, she talks about it, and she sets a date for January 7th, Saturday. She asked me what I want for lunch. She says I make a chicken soup, and I said I do not eat animals. Make it a vegetable soup, please. Or nothing at all. I'd rather not eat. I'm 2 hours here in the TV studio, packing up a monitor, a DVD disc recorder, 3 camcorders, about 40 connectors, tripods. I load them into the 1993 Lincoln. I'm there at 11 a.m. on Punto, and the place looks dead. And I rap on the doors, and I go around to the back, and I call Abby, Abby, Abby. No response. Well, I'm beginning to wonder. There are so many people around here who die in their beds, and nobody knows about it for days. So I'm thinking I'll call the New York State Police. The troopers with their great big Smokey Bear hats. And then I go next door to Ruth Edge. I know her from going to the Dutch Reformed Church here in Kinderhook. And I go and ask Ruth. And Ruth says she saw her this morning. So Ruth and I concluded just go back and sit quietly and wait for her to get back. Well, I waited from 11 to 11:45 a.m. Carol's on the phone telling me all of her troubles. Carol is so wound up in herself, she's going to strangle herself, really. She's going to strangle the life out of her. She won't get up and go and volunteer. She won't go to church suppers. She won't go to church. She just wallows. But she rescued a kitty cat. She's rescued 4 of them. So those are great heroic acts. So I go and I'm sitting in the Lincoln listening to Carol, and up comes a New York State Trooper car. Navy blue and yellow. Or is it orange? And then comes another one.